In the past few years, there's been a huge influx of relaxing or cozy games released. Simple concepts and monotonous tasks turned into puzzles that just scratch that itch in your brain, or just help you chill out. A little to the left is a super relaxing puzzle game, developed by Max Inferno and published by Secret Mode. It was released in 2022 on PC, Mac, and Switch, with console and Android releases coming in 2024. It earned very good reviews, 75s on PC and Switch, 76 on PS5, and 77 on Xbox Series. Those who liked it said it was great if you needed some cozy puzzles on a cold winter night. And, well, just amazing. Less positive reviews said that if you're more of an enjoyer of chaos, this game isn't for you. And even though it's fun for the 3 hours it takes to play, it's not something you'll go back and play again. The concept of this game is so simple, but so engaging. Items are laid out in front of you, and your job is to find a relationship between them, or an order they have to be in. I think the draw of this game comes from the mini mysteries that are puzzles. There's no instruction or text to follow. You're just given a surprise and the goal of figuring it out. The simplicity is also a great motivator to finish the puzzles, as you feel like each one is well within your capacity to solve. And if it isn't clear or you don't understand it, you can skip a puzzle with no consequences. The world itself is plain, but it doesn't feel empty or lifeless. Each puzzle feels like its own space, where it's safe to experiment for as long as you want, investigating every little detail or understanding the relationship between items. There's no time limit on the puzzles, and everything can be pondered on for as long as you want. Once you finish a puzzle, if there's an alternate solution, you can give it a try or skip it, so you don't have to spend any longer on a puzzle if you don't want to. You know when there's more than one solution when you finish a puzzle and you get your star rating. The more empty stars there are, the more solutions to the puzzle. This game is meant to be something you relax with, rather than speed run through. Although if that's your style, you can do that too. The fact that there are different solutions to the puzzles is a clever addition, and it can encourage more out-of-the-box thinking, or even a different approach you didn't initially think of. As a puzzle game, you're always going to need to put some effort in, but this isn't a game you have to prepare yourself for. This is a great pick up and play kind of game. You can knock out a few levels while waiting for the kettle to boil, or you can just sit and spend your evening rearranging things. The puzzles do get harder the further in you get, but the difficulty doesn't suddenly shoot up and become impossible. It feels like a gentle increase in using your brain, so you want to keep going and you feel like you're more than capable of taking on the next puzzle. There's also the ability to skip a puzzle that you're not quite getting, so there's not a whole lot of pressure to solve every one perfectly. Obviously, this game is super relaxing. From the hand-drawn art style to the background music, there's nothing here that will stress you out. There's enough information in the puzzles that you'll get the general gist most of the time. And there's no consequences for trying out different theories you might have on how to solve them. The game gives you guidelines or snaps objects in spaces so you know you're on the right track with something, which is helpful when all you have is a load of items on a blank background. I do agree with the review that said there's not much replayability, especially if you get all the alternate solutions, because once you know what to do, the puzzle element is lost. Saying that, the puzzles are relaxing enough that you can just go into a game to organise things and get the same cozy feeling you did the first time you played. The best brain games are those which make you think without realising you're doing it. And A Little to the Left does exactly that. I love A Little to the Left. It's right up my cozy street. I'll find myself wanting to play something but not get into a big game, and this gives me enough to satisfy that craving, without taking up too much of my time. The puzzles themselves can be clever, and once you solve them, you feel super smart that you noticed that tiny detail. While other times you'll fly through a puzzle and wonder where the challenge was. The art style is a little messy, with a colourful hand-drawn aesthetic that I really like. Each puzzle has its own space and theme, so you feel like you've moved from one place to another, rather than sat still while a conveyor belt of mixed up items pass in front of you. Every time I finish one puzzle, I look forward to seeing what the next one will be, and how it will challenge me with tiny details I'll need to look out for, or confuse me with the extreme simplicity it decides to throw in. This is a great game for cozy gamers and puzzle lovers alike, and though it's short, it's worth spending time on. Organising messes, or lining up pencils just right. The good news is that there's a few DLCs, so you can keep moving things around a little to the left.
This was fun. Let's do it again sometime. And if you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like down below.